Ever wondered how football, the world's most popular sport, came into existence? The history of football is a rich tapestry woven from the threads of many cultures. It's a story that begins thousands of years ago, in the ancient civilizations of the East. In the heartlands of ancient China, around 2600 years before Christ, there existed a ritual, a game of sorts, known as Zhu. Imagine a battlefield, the dust of conflict still hanging in the air, the leaders of the enemy tribes fallen. Their heads, symbols of intelligence and courage, were used for a purpose that might seem strange to us today. They were kicked around in a ritualistic manner, not merely for sport, but to assimilate the strength and wisdom of the vanquished. Quite a far cry from the game we know today, but the seeds of football as we understand it were sown here, in this ancient and brutal ritual. At the same time, a softer, more elegant game was taking shape on the islands of Japan. Known as Kemari, it was an activity that involved controlling a ball with the feet. But unlike Zhu, Kemari was not about conquest or assimilation. It was a game played for the sheer joy of it, a form of entertainment and discipline. The ball was not an enemy to be defeated, but a partner in a dance, to be controlled and guided with skill and grace. And while there were no goals to be scored, the real challenge lay in keeping the ball in the air, a test of agility, teamwork, and finesse. These early practices in the East were precursors to the game we know and love today. From the battlefields of China to the tranquil gardens of Japan, the spirit of football was born, blossoming over centuries into the thrilling global phenomenon that captures our hearts and imaginations today. But how did we get from ancient rituals to the modern game, you might wonder? Well, it's a tale as fascinating as a nail-biting football match. To truly understand the evolution of football, we must transport ourselves back to England in the early 19th century. It was the year 1830, an era of industrial revolution and social change. Amidst the hustle and bustle, a game was taking shape, a game that would soon capture the hearts of millions. Football. But it wasn't the football we know and love today. Not yet. It was a rough-and-tumble game with few rules and lots of aggression. The objective was simple: get the ball into the opponent's goal, by any means necessary. Sounds a bit chaotic, doesn't it? That's where the first written rules come in. They were a game changer, quite literally. They brought order to the chaos, shaping the wild, unruly game into something more civilized, more structured. These rules defined the size of the field, the number of players, and even how the ball could be moved. Kicking was allowed, of course, but so was carrying the ball and even tripping opponents. As the years rolled by, the rules were refined, tweaked, and modified. Some practices were discarded, while others were enhanced. The game began to resemble the football we know today, a game of strategy, skill, and incredible athleticism. By the mid-19th century, carrying the ball and tripping opponents were no longer part of the game. Instead, emphasis was placed on passing the ball and scoring goals. The number of players was fixed at 11 per team, and specific positions were established. The game had evolved from a rough-and-tumble melee into a sophisticated sport. And there you have it, the transformation of an ancient ritual into a modern game. The evolution of a chaotic pastime into a symbol of national pride and global unity. The birth of the beautiful game. So, the modern game of football, as we understand it, was born in England. Now, how did this English invention find its way to Brazil and become the country's most beloved sport? Let's journey back in time to the year 1894. A young man of English descent, Charles Miller, had just returned to Sao Paulo, Brazil after studying in Europe. Miller wasn't just a student, though. He was a sports enthusiast, a lover of the game of football. Along with his academic knowledge, he brought back something that would change the course of Brazilian history: football. He carried with him not just one but two balls and a copy of the Hampshire Football Association's rules of the game. His intention was clear. He wanted to introduce this thrilling sport to his home country. Miller didn't just drop the balls in the middle of Sao Paulo and call it a day. He was meticulous, diligent, and passionate. He organized games, explained the rules, and taught his fellow Brazilians how to play. His efforts were met with enthusiasm, and soon enough, football matches became a regular occurrence in Sao Paulo. But the game didn't stay confined to the city. It spread like wildfire across the country, swiftly moving from Sao Paulo to other cities and states. The people of Brazil embraced the sport wholeheartedly. They loved the excitement, the competition, the camaraderie, and the sheer joy that football brought. It was a game that transcended class and race, uniting everyone under the same banner of sport. By the early 20th century, football was more than just a game in Brazil. It had become a part of the national identity. It was a source of pride and a symbol of unity. The Brazilians didn't just play football, they lived it, they breathed it, they dreamed of it. And so, the English game of football, which had its roots in ancient China and Japan and was formalized in the United Kingdom, found a new home in Brazil. It was embraced, nurtured, and celebrated. And in return, it gave Brazil a sense of national unity, a source of international pride, and a means to express their creativity, passion, and love for life. And just like that, Brazil was introduced to the beautiful game of football. From its humble beginnings, football has become a global phenomenon. From ancient rituals in China and leisurely games in Japan to the rule-bound sport in England, football has journeyed across continents, leaving an indelible mark on cultures worldwide. As it swept across the globe, football became more than just a game. It became a universal symbol of unity, passion, and shared humanity. From the bustling streets of Buenos Aires to the sprawling parks of New York, from the sun-baked sands of Africa to the icy tundra of Russia, the love for football resonates deeply. It is a sport that transcends borders, languages, and cultures, uniting millions under its banner. Today, football boasts a legion of fans and players that number in the millions. From little children kicking makeshift balls in narrow alleyways to professional athletes gracing lush green fields, the game has touched lives in myriad ways. It has given birth to dreams, fostered camaraderie, and sparked a fervor that is nothing short of extraordinary. The game itself has evolved significantly over the years. The rules have been honed, strategies have been refined, and styles of play have diversified. Yet the essence of football remains the same. It's about teamwork, skill, and a burning desire to outscore the opponent. And the growth of football is far from over. Every day, new fans are born, new players lace up their boots, and new chapters are written in the annals of football history. The World Cup, the epitome of football glory, sees nations large and small compete for the coveted trophy, further amplifying the game's global stature. Football has also inspired generations of athletes who see in the sport a platform to express themselves, to challenge their limits, and to make their mark. From Pelé to Messi, from Mia Hamm to Marta, football has given us heroes who inspire us to strive, to dream, and to persevere. Football has truly become a universal language, uniting people from all corners of the globe. It is a testament to our shared love for the game, a testament to the power of football. But what impact has football had on the world? Let's delve into that. Football has been more than just a sport. It's a language that transcends barriers, a uniting force that brings people together from all corners of the globe. It's the common thread that weaves through diverse cultures, languages, and traditions. In the face of differences, football fosters a sense of unity and camaraderie. It's the collective cheer when a goal is scored, the shared sorrow when a match is lost, and the mutual respect for the skill and dedication that players display on the pitch. Football also kindles national pride like few other things can. It's the electric energy that fills the air every 4 years during the World Cup, when nations rally behind their teams with an unparalleled fervor. It's the fluttering flags, the painted faces, and the anthems sung with gusto. It's in these moments that we see the power of football to stir emotions and ignite a sense of belonging. But let's not forget the role of football in inspiring new generations of athletes. The beautiful game has given us legends whose names echo through the annals of history. From Pelé to Maradona, from Mia Hamm to Marta, these individuals have left indelible marks on the sport and served as inspirations for countless youths. They've shown that with skill, determination, and a love for the game, anyone can leave their footprints on the sands of football history. Football is not just a game, it's a global phenomenon that continues to evolve and inspire. It's a testament to our shared love for competition, for teamwork, and for the sheer joy of playing. It's a celebration of human spirit, resilience, and the pursuit of excellence. Whether you call it football or soccer, this beautiful game continues to inspire, unite, and entertain us. From ancient rituals to global tournaments, the journey of football is a testament to the enduring power of sport.